This is the Brotherly Pursuits podcast, so come on over and hang in with friends. Through Christ, I am sober and forgiven. Yeah, we're all gonna die, but there's good news. Jesus came to earth in a human body. He was all flesh, 100% God, 100% human. He was crucified on the cross. He was put in the tomb. 3 days later, he rose again. He left his spirit. All you have to do is ask Jesus in your heart. You'll be born again. The good news is he's coming back, so we can spend eternity with Jesus and all our loved ones. Welcome, guys. This is the Brotherly Pursuits podcast, and let me tell you, just getting all this set up, what has it been, Ellis?
It's been a real pain.
It's been a real pain. We need, if you're an audio guy out there and you know how to do this, just come on out. I'll give you my address. This,
Joel's offended.
we've been having some audio issues here, but that's okay. So this is our first episode, and I finally got this guy out of the house.
Yeah.
It's been about a week. He's been inside his home.
No, that's been real.
He won't come on out here. Travis ain't here with us today. It's my other co-host. And as you can see, you might think, who's this guy? Because I look different in my first video. I did have to cut off the beard. And Elle still has his. as you can see. So it's a little different now. So we're just having little technical difficulties. But
It's been about 6 hours of trying to get this thing working.
well, I'm telling you, just to get this table in here, it was a chore. This thing, we had to take it all apart. But now it's in working order. And I wish my other co-host was here with us today, but what is he doing anyway?
He's being lazy.
He's being lazy. But this is our first episode. We kind of made this podcast just talk about our brotherly pursuits, motorcycles, and just to lead one person to the Lord. And the way we can do that right here is through this. What do you know about that, Ellis?
Got me there.
So we do have all these effects, but you guys can't hear them at the moment. But they're pretty funny if you could hear them. Well, I mean, how long have we known each other now, Ellis? I think about 15 years.
More than that.
You know, we grew up in Owasso. It used to be a small town, and you know, all we used to do back then was walk the streets, and
It's
we
been
had
19 years.
19 years.
Yeah.
It's been 19 years since I've known this guy, and we used to walk the streets of Owasso. We had to make sure that we had some good shoes, because
That's not how we met.
well,
But yeah.
he did go to the same school I went to, and I remember he used to walk right past me.
No, that was the other way around.
He walked right past me, didn't
You
even
and
say a
your
word.
brother- You and your brother both ignored me though every day.
We used to look at each other and just walk right past each other. I remember that.
No, every day you just walk by me and wouldn't even look at me. You would just.
So pretty much I was walking the streets. I had to make sure I had to wear a good pair of shoes, because that's all I did was walk. I didn't have a car back then, and this guy had a boat-up car.
Yeah.
He actually was driving one day and the steering wheel fell off. Tell us that story, Ellis.
I don't know.
He was driving a big old boat. What kind of car was that?
It's a '67 Ford Galaxy.
But it had the best sound system all of Owasso, so you could hear that thing coming from miles. He had a whole speaker system back there and took up the whole back seat, so he couldn't have too many passengers. unless you sit on top of the speaker box, and that didn't work very well, did it? I guess not, huh? But we're still here today. We still made it. Coming from Owasso. And it's a lot grown up now than what it used to be. And this guy lived in Texas for 3 years.
5 years.
5 years?
5 years.
And he sure misses it.
No, no, I don't miss it at all. It was not a place for me.
How was the traffic in Texas?
It was worse than here.
I think the jobs were a little better probably in Texas. You can't really find the best of jobs here. You can, but you just don't make as much money.
The cost of living here is a lot different too, though.
Yeah, the cost of living is pretty cheap compared to Texas. We just went on a trip to Colorado, visit my grandparents. They live in a, what is it, babe, 2-bedroom apartment. They pay $2,700 for a 2-bedroom apartment in Colorado. That's in Broomfield, Colorado.
How far is that out from Denver?
From Denver, maybe an hour. From here, it's about 10.5 hours.
Was it snowing up there?
There was snow in the mountains, but it wasn't.
Did you say 7.5 hours?
No, it's 10.5 hours.
Okay, I was about to be mad.
It was a long drive, and I don't know how we made it.
I was like, it was way more.
How long did it take y'all to get back? 14 hours?
It's about 14 hours. We came through a big storm, and I kind of thought we were in the middle of a tornado. It was real windy. It was hailing and raining. And Travis said he fell asleep multiple times.
That's what he was saying. He said he woke up a couple times and realized he was still driving.
Yeah, and I was snoring. I think Babe was snoring. So I don't know how we made it back.
I was not snoring.
So y'all didn't even know that he was falling asleep?
Well, I woke up one time and we were pulled over under this bridge, and it was just, I mean, the winds were coming from the north and the south and the up and the down and the east and the west, and we couldn't figure out which way it was coming from, really. But we made it somehow. I woke up and we were home.
You drove first, huh?
Yeah, I drove first, but I drove to Hayes, all the way to Hayes. That's in Kansas. So about 5 hours. But that's quite a drive when we didn't sleep any. You know, the first time going down there, we didn't sleep. So it was pretty rough.
Oh, y'all went straight from work to...
Yeah, we got off work and we went straight to Colorado. And we didn't sleep one bit. I think Babe, she sleeps pretty good. She can sleep through anything.
Yeah, I heard she slept a lot of it.
She could sleep through a tornado, a real tornado.
The whole time?
No, on the way back during the storm, I was awake the whole time.
Was you awake when Travis was falling asleep?
No, I didn't stare at him. I was not like,
No, I just say were you awake?
yeah, I was awake watching him.
So yeah, we went down there to visit my grandparents. They're doing pretty good. My grandma's doing a lot better. She has cancer. So everybody, can you pray for her? Make sure that she gets through all this treatment pretty good. I do want to take a moment of silence for yesterday. A hero of mine passed away, Phil Robertson. If you want to take a moment of silence, and we got to remember Phil Robertson. I grew up watching him, you know, Duck Dynasty. Even before that, all the hunting videos. I started hunting when I was 9 years old. He was a good role model for me growing up.
Tell us a story. You say you've got plenty of them.
I got a lot of stories.
So let's talk about the whole shaving the beard and the face.
Yeah, you guys might look at me and think, who's this guy? But Babe, my wife, you know, she's right over here.
No.
She's been wanting me to cut the old beard and hair for a long time. So I finally did it. I felt like it was a part of me. You know, the beard and the long hair. But away it went. And this is what I have now.
How long did it take you before you decided actually?
I probably grew that out about 2 or 3 years, wasn't it?
It's been a while.
About 2 or 3 years.
We'll put in a before and after right around here.
Yeah, before and after picture. You guys would be... Well, you saw the first video. I had a big old beard and long hair.
Yeah, but we'll put another one in there so they can see.
I plan on growing it, you know, to my back with the wife. You know, happy wife, happy life. I know Ellis don't know that. He's a single man for all you ladies. Well, him and my other co-host, my twin brother, actually, they're both single.
No, he has a girlfriend now.
Well, yeah, he may be talking to somebody. We don't know the whole story on that one. If I could just get him to come over and have all of us three here at the same time, it's kind of hard getting us all together.
You know the whole point of this thing? Do we actually know if this is going to work? I don't know why you're doing that. They can't hear that.
I know that you guys can't hear it, but we're going to get an audio guy over here.
But it was funny.
We're going to get an audio guy over here to fix all this. So back to the stories, a lot of stories that I have. When you were little, what did you want to be? What was your profession that you wanted to be when you were little?
Honestly, I actually wanted to be an astronaut.
I don't want to be.
What'd you say?
Might as well say it. Oh.
That's fine, honey. We'll take care of it.
What?
So you wanted
It's fine. It's fine.
to be an astronaut when you were little, honey.
He said, it's fine.
We'll take care of that. So you wanted to be an astronaut when you were little?
Yeah.
You know, I actually remember. I remember I was 5 years old, and I walked out with my suit on, and all my friends were around this table, and I was acting like I was a detective because there were some cops over yonder across the street. So I kind of wanted to be a detective when I was little.
Detective?
A detective, yeah. And it comes.
You ever try to do any, like, detect when you were young?
Detect?
Actually physically do it?
Like do detective work? No, I really wish I could though.
No.
I mean, I find that kind of stuff interesting. You know, I watch a lot of these true crime documentaries.
So that's basically what gets you involved in those shows then?
Probably, yeah. Because growing up, I wanted to be either a cop or a detective or something like that. I remember I was all dressed up in my suit.
Well, then this is going to bring me down to the question of how many careers do you have? Just not like actual.
I've had
No. I'm talking about like different times you've been to the schools and stuff.
probably good. I'm probably qualified in everything you can think of.
So basically you could say you're a trick of all trades.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wear a lot of hats. I could probably do anything you can think of, really.
So let's like name a couple things that you went to school for or whatever.
Well, I went to school for American Broadcasting. Actually, was radio, and that was back in 2012 when I did that. We made commercials, 30-second commercials. Made a whole CD.
I'll tell you one thing. Some of them were pretty good.
Some of them, I need to reach out to you, Mickey Taylor. She was my instructor. If you still have that CD, will you please send it my way? I'm telling you, I guarantee you, they still have that. The whole CD, my whole radio show and everything. I did everything. I did the commercials. So if you still have that, Mickey, I'll give you my address and we can get in touch. I would like to listen to that just to see what kind of commercials I made. But I did that back in 2012. That was right when my grandma passed away. I remember it was the last day of broadcasting school. My mom called me, and she said, "Austin, you need to come to the hospital. Your grandma passed away." And that was a pretty sad thing. I actually thought back then that none of my family could ever pass away. I didn't think it was really possible, and then it happened. So it kind of put a whole new perspective on that. It was definitely some hard times back in those days.
Sandwiches you gave me at Arby's a long time ago.
Oh yeah, him and Garrett. He has a cousin named Garrett, and I used to work at Arby's. They used to come in about all the time, really. And I used to give you free sandwiches. I gave you about 2 or 3 free sandwiches. No, it was a couple times.
No.
Okay, you definitely would have got fired.
No, it was a couple of different times.
Why did you get fired?
I mean,
Why did you?
I don't know. I guess the managers weren't around.
So you were doing it.
I mean,
No, it was like every time I saw him after the fact, he was like, "Remember that time I gave you free?"
but that was when we barely knew each other.
Yeah, it was.
That was after he walked through the hallway and didn't even look at me.
Come on now. I don't know.
It's a true story, guys. If you guys could hear these effects, they're pretty funny. So on another topic, so you've been playing Call of Duty?
No.
Call the Wild a lot, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been playing it.
How many great ones do you have now?
I got 7.
He has 7 great ones. I don't have any. I was on Pheasant for a long time, and it really took the life out of me. It kind of became a obsessive.
Yeah, but see, that was the thing though, is because you played it nonstop. I just played every now and then.
Well, I'd wake up at 3 in the morning.
I know. That's
right before work, and I'd play.
That's the reason. You don't wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You went to bed early so you can wake up at 3 to play a game.
Pretty much. And I wouldn't recommend that to you guys. Well, like a lot of them gamers, like there's a lot of gamers that can actually they do that for a living.
See, I just played whenever I just feel.
And how many? You said you had 5 great ones.
7.
7. So you could become one of them guys that.
No, I count. They got like 100, over 100.
But the 7's pretty good, man.
I'm like 900 in on my.
How many bears do you have now?
I'm going for my 3rd one.
His 3rd great one bear.
And I didn't even realize it the other day. I was hunting for moose one time, and there was a bear. Remember, I don't know if I remember if I told you or not, but there was a bear running across the lake. It's a brown bear ran across the lake, and I shot him. I didn't realize that. I mounted it because it was a diamond, my first diamond. I went back and looked. It was a super rare.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that's harder to get than a great one sometimes, so.
I still have so many animals I got to go in my trophy room and hang up.
Bro,
Most of them were pheasants. But you got to admit, I got an albino, leucistic, and melanistic, all pheasants. I mean, they're all rare. So I got a good run on that, I think. And I'm going to get back into it.
Nah, I doubt it.
One thing this guy's never been able to beat me at is probably Call of Duty or Halo. Maybe Halo. I'd say Halo.
No, you can't beat me at Halo either. We got competition.
I'd say we're pretty even when it comes to Halo.
No, we've done this. You, me, and Trav.
It's been a while since we've actually played.
Yes, you got.
That's one thing. This guy. I mean, I'm pretty good at wrestling. I grew up watching the game.
We've done real life. It didn't work out for you, but the game.
Oh, I don't think we've ever done real.
Yeah,
well, that was with darts, wasn't it?
What?
Well, that was with darts, wasn't it? Wrestling, the wrestling belt. Is that what you're talking about?
Wrestling.
We have never wrestled.
We fought before.
Come on, brother, man.
But darts, you lost that one too.
Darts is pretty fun. That's something we're actually equally great at.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
That and pool, playing pool. We're probably evenly on that too. My brother has a pool table. I went over there, actually rode my motorcycle over there last week, and he showed me his pool table. It was about the half of the size of a real pool table.
Yeah, I mean, I seen actually something on the line the other day we had to look into.
Oh, a real pool table?
It was free.
Free?
Yeah.
Oh, where was that at?
I don't know, someone rocking it. Anyway.
Well, we've had a lot of pool tables growing up. So we've always played. My dad was pretty good.
Yeah, he was real good. Him and
Al.
Al, yeah.
Al was tough to beat.
I don't think I've ever beat him.
He was a pool shark.
Yeah,
he would say he's no good, and then you play him. He maybe lets you win a couple rounds, but
yeah, he would definitely.
When he actually tried, there was no beating him. Sadly, Al passed away. What was it? A couple years ago.
It's been a few years ago.
Him and my dad. We lost my dad about 4.5 years ago. And it's kind of been a. I don't really talk about my emotions much, but this is a good way to get them out right here on our podcast. So we pretty much came up with Brotherly Pursuits podcast to pretty much talk about anything we really want to talk about. And if you guys want to come on in and hang with friends, we got another seat right here for you.
Yeah. Maybe eventually, whenever we get everything fully up and going, you can do actually join, have them call in or something.
Oh yeah, we can actually do where you guys you can be remote. So if you wanted to join the podcast, we can just set you up on the remote side, and you wouldn't actually have to come here. That'd be kind of different. Yeah. So then, when you don't want to get out of the house, Ellis, all I have to do is pop you up on the screen.
Yeah.
I will say it is nice having Ellis back in Tulsa. I mean, those 5 years he was in Texas, we did a lot of. Well, we pretty much played the game, Call of the Wild.
But that wasn't much until last maybe 5 months I was there.
Yeah, towards the end. In the beginning there, he'd probably come down every month, right?
Every couple months, yeah.
Every couple months. And then he'd come down on the holidays. Every Christmas he'd come down. But your dad, he still lives there, right?
Yeah. He'll never be back here.
You don't think so?
I don't think he ever will. They won't ever live here. If they move, they'll probably move closer to Kansas or something.
Kansas would be.
But it's not that. It's closer than where they're at now. So.
Well, you lived in Austin, didn't you?
Yeah.
Austin, Texas. I don't even think I've ever been to Austin, Texas.
Hey, Travis said he's been. I don't know. Maybe it might have been just Travis and your dad.
Well, yeah, see, Travis and my mom, they came and visited you at your house.
Yeah.
What did you guys do down there when you were there?
We went to
You went to the beach?
We went to SeaWorld. And then
You bought your first pair of shorts there, didn't you?
No.
Let me tell you some stories about this guy wearing shorts.
That's not okay. But anyway, then we went to North Padre Island. Yeah.
Oh, I bet that was...
Went to the ocean. That was pretty cool.
we,
I finally got Travis to try some etouffee. He didn't believe me that it was good, and he actually tried it. He liked it. So
oh, yeah?
people actually listen to what I say.
You got to try some different things every once in a while.
I'm saying, if you don't try something, then what's the point of,
That's what life's about. Trying new things. Taking risks and trying new things.
We're gonna sit here. And
So when I first met this guy, I actually lived with him. I was
That's
staying.
not when you first met me.
Yeah, I guess it was a couple years after.
A lot of years.
Do you know what story I'm gonna tell these guys? So every morning his alarm would go off about 20 or 30 times.
What?
Yeah,
I
it
had one alarm.
well the same alarm. It kept going off over and over. He would never get up. And I saw him get up one time, and he put on his slippers.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
He put on his slippers.
You didn't even live with me then.
Well,
This
maybe
was way before I was 16 when
maybe I was just staying with you.
you
Anyways,
just you crashed at the house that night, and then you see me. No, let's be real. It wasn't slippers, by the way.
it was these
No,
bandana.
I was doing roofing, and it started raining, so I had to go back to a house to cover it for the rain hit. And I left the house, but my boots were in my car. But I left the house, and I had my house shoes on.
Yeah.
But when I left, I put my boots on.
So what I thought this guy did was he put on his house shoes and go roof these houses with his house shoes on. I was thinking, how does this guy stay on the roof? I never saw him have the boots. I had no clue. I thought he was wearing slippers to roof these jobs. It was a pretty funny story
It's hurting so bad, guys.
when he used to do roofing. I mean, what do you think? You do welding now, so what's your hardest job you think you had?
Hardest job?
Yeah, probably doing that fencing.
No, fencing was easy. I don't know. I really haven't had a hard job. Nothing that really,
So pretty much, I mean, you got...
Well, I mean, it really wasn't hard. Like, 'cause when I did heat treating, it really wasn't hard. But like setting up took some time. Like, 'cause you have to carry especially if you go to like a new startup or something, you have to carry like these cables up all the way up to the top to like penthouse or whatever, and they're some of them can be up to like 60 to 100 pounds a piece. And I'd be carrying like 4 or 5 of them at a time.
That's a lot of
All the
weight.
way up, flights and flights of stairs.
And you're not a real big fan of heights, are you?
Oh, I don't care.
You don't care about heights? See, I've always had a fear of heights. I'll still climb a ladder and get on the roof, but I've never really had a job where I had it.
Well, was it start getting dizzy or something?
I just don't like looking way down. We actually went to Lookout Mountain there in Colorado,
Yeah.
and let me tell you, the sights there you're on top of this big old mountain, and it's just incredible how high you're up there on the mountain. And babe, she's scared of heights, so she didn't even want to look down.
I think all 3 of you were, weren't you?
Yeah, it was me, my brother, my wife, my aunt, and my uncle. We all went up there, and it was pretty cold, actually. It was pretty cold. It was like probably 50, 55 degrees there in Colorado.
That ain't cold, bro.
No, I mean, it was cold there being on that mountain.
Yeah, but, you might have the wind, but it ain't cold.
I guess luckily it wasn't snowing. Luckily we
Perfect.
I mean, a lot of times in Colorado it snows. I mean, they get a lot of snow in Colorado. Yeah, I would actually like to go up there hunting, do some elk hunting. My grandpa.
We were at elk.
Oh, we've had elk. Oh yeah, because my grandpa he gets an elk every year, and he does a lot of elk hunting.
They're moving back here soon, ain't they?
In September.
You should tell them.
They're moving back in September.
Yeah, you should have them bring some elk back with them. Elk meat.
So this is the Brotherly Pursuits podcast. We're gonna have many podcasts, and once we get everything up and going, we'd like for you guys to tune in and even tell us what you want us to talk about. We can
Just leave it in the comments. We'll try. We'll answer anything y'all want to know. And
eventually we'll get all this up and running. You guys can hear what we're hearing on this other side of the mic. And then next time we'll have my co-host, my twin brother, Travis. I am.
you could always just run back and forth, pretend to be him.
Oh, I could. Let me just take my hat off. Take my gauges out.
Yeah.
He still has kind of a little bit of a beard. So we still look, when we were younger, I think we looked a lot more alike. Now, maybe if you don't know us,
I mean, I guess I don't know. I've known y'all both for a really long time. I can kind of tell, right?
you could probably tell right off the bat.
I can tell even on the phone. A lot of people say,
No, on the phone, that's a different story. I think we sound just alike to a T.
no, I can tell the difference.
I guarantee I could call you and say, hey, what's going on?
No, because Travis has called me before, and then I've talked to him, and next thing I know, you got on the phone. I said, why did y'all switch?
This is ugly.
Wow. And he's saying they're twins.
They're not twins.
Well, we are
They
identical
are
twins.
Yeah, but you're cuter.
We just have
They're
different.
pretty close to similar.
We have different facial features, maybe.
No.
I think our voices. Do you think we sound alike?
No.
Imagine if you were dating a twin, okay? And one of them was cute and one of them was ugly. You would see the difference. Like I do.
Well, I don't think. I think both of us are good looking.
You have biases.
Anyways, next time he will be here with us.
Sadly.
If I can get him. If I can
some shots out right
if
now.
I can get him out of the house too.
She said sadly.
But
A lot of editing to do, brother.
Well, she's putting stuff in here just to make you have to. Oh, I gotta check. I delete.
we are looking for a producer. If you guys want to come over and help us out with this thing, it'll be great.
Hey,
But you got to be in the Tulsa area.
Tulsa area,
and be willing to get non-paid.
It's non-profit.
a non-profit organization.
You know, it's up and coming. You know.
So until next time, if you want to come on in and hang with friends, we'll be here. We want to thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you later.
Adios.